This week on The Happy House, presented by Creative Kids Stuff.
These tiles are absolutely perfect, and the reason why is for a person doing tile for the very first time, it's a one-step process instead of a two.
Learn how to freshen up your fireplace with tile, make easy no-sew gifts out of fabric, and the kids are back for a pretty exciting science time. You won't want to miss it. Hi, I'm Happy. I live in a quiet town outside of Minneapolis with my family. The real Happy House is far from quiet. I learned early on things are much easier with a little help. I also have a few tricks of my own to share. It's go time, people. Welcome to the Happy House. I had a lot of projects I wanted done with my house and a very small budget. So I have an amazing handy person named Rana, who actually is a contractor. She has helped me do some really great things. She installed this floor for me. It looks like wood, but it's tile. She made my tiny bathroom a whole lot bigger by building me this barn door out of plywood and supplies from a barn store. She's going to help me revamp my fireplace using tile, and we're not going to have to use a wet saw. She's assured me that I will be able to tackle it. Let's see. Rana, one thing that's been bothering me is this ugly, ugly fireplace. And when you told me I could redo it by simply putting tile on it, I was kind of astounded. Is it going to be an easy project? Because I actually can't pay for all of my projects to be done. I have to have a lot of them done by this subcontractor right here.
That's how I got into this, is because I couldn't afford to pay for all of my renovations either. And so what I like to do is find inexpensive solutions to very popular problems. These tiles are absolutely perfect, and the reason why is for a person doing tile for the very first time, it's a one-step process instead of a two, meaning that when you put this up on your fireplace, you do not have to come back day number 2 and grout it. You can just stick it up, instant gratification, walk away, let it dry, you're done.
So you were telling me that we can cut the back of this with...
Okay, so what we can do is, there's 2 things. One is, because these little mosaic tiles are so small, and because they're not ceramic, they're made out of real stone, they will have very clean breaks. We can turn it around and cut most of the lines with a razor. Okay. And we can get pretty accurate. Like, you can see that this used to be a 1-foot tall tile, but when we looked, we only wanted this length. And they're all interlocking, so we'll butt them up next to one another. But really, all you have to do is cut this one to length. When we get to the corners, there are going to be a couple of tiles where we'll pop a tile off. We will mark it with a pencil where we want the line to be on the edge. Okay. And we'll put it between 2 vice grips, and it'll just be like a graham cracker or a cracker. It'll just...
What are we doing first?
With these lines right here, if you do a little mosaic like this and you go to push it down, sometimes you might push too hard and a row might get stuck in this crack. So my suggestion would be to get yourself some heavy-duty mastic. Okay. And the day before, you just take a flat edge like this.
Just like a spackling.
Yep, yep. And you just goop it on. Don't worry about it being pretty. Don't worry about it being even. You come over to, like what you've done over here, is you just put it on, and you just, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just apply it and kind of fill it in a little bit. It'll give it a little bit of support.
So it's basically, I'm trying to fill in these holes, so 1, I don't press into it, and 2, I'm just giving more area for my tile to adhere to.
Perfect. That's exactly it. And you let that dry overnight. Okay. Once that's dry, then the fun begins. And you come back day 2 and you can put your tile up and you can see exactly what it's going to look like.
So I have put some mastic on this area. Should we put a first tile on? Because I actually have never laid a tile in my life. Can we start and see what that's going to be like?
No. I'm just kidding.
No, we cannot. Yes. Calm, cool, and collected. This is how we do projects here. That's right. So should I just start at the bottom right here?
Okay, the only reason why I thought it would be smart to start at the bottom is since we're not cutting precise cuts, if we come up here and there's a little bit of gap right here, we can always drop the second layer down a little bit to cover it. So that was my reasoning.
Okay.
Also, when you come down here, it's easier to stack tile on top because gravity is going to hold at least this bottom edge in place. Okay. Otherwise, you're using a lot of, you can start up here, but you'll use a lot more duct tape if you do. First thing I want to do is I want to level this. So come in here with our level, and I can see it's not level, so I've got to bring this tail end up a little bit. And you know what I forgot to grab is a wooden shim, or just any, you don't have to have a wooden shim. If you have some, well, look at that. Okay, so we'll stick him under here.
Just saying.
And we'll make him level. And then once this is up here, I take either a piece of flat wood or just even my level. I don't want to do it with my hands because I don't want the mosaics to go like this on the fireplace. Yes. But if I take a flat edge and just kind of push it like this.
That's a great idea.
There you go. And that's all you need to do. And you'll want to check for level, and that's it.
My project is started. 10 years in the making. Thank you so much, Rana.
You're welcome.
I am ready to tackle this with you.
All right.
With Rana. Okay.
We'll do it.
My fireplace is very close to completion. Just a few paint touch-ups, but Rana helped me, and we worked through this whole thing together. And it was fairly easy. There was some putsy work as far as like matching up the tiles, but all in all, it went pretty smoothly.
Right. If you have patience, you can get through it. If you just allow yourself to take time and know that there's no rush on it, you can do it.
All right. And then we painted, actually stained the mantle to give it an accent, painted the doors with a fireproof paint. And I just want to show people quickly how easy it is to snap the tiles. So when you do need to fill in pieces, you don't need to use a saw.
Right.
So we've got a tile that we marked with a pencil line, and this is what we did when we needed to fit in little pieces.
Right.
And I simply snap, and it's the size I need.
It is. And with these tiles, especially because they're stone, they're not ceramic, and the nature of stone is not perfect. They don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a clean line. So if you look, the stones that are on the fireplace, if they were so perfect, it wouldn't give that warm feeling.
It is a warm cottage look, and this is a very dramatic difference, and this fireplace is the focal point of my living room. So thank you so much for helping me with this project. Will you help me with more projects?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Rana. After these messages, we're back with the Renegade Seamstress. She's teaching us how to make a NoSew dog toy and a vest. I like to make things with my sewing machine, but I also love to make no-sew items to give as gifts or to keep for myself. I'm with Beth Huntington, the Renegade Seamstress, and today we don't need this, do we?
Nope, don't need the sewing machine today. The first one is a dog toy. You can actually make this for your dog out of old t-shirts. And so you just pick a couple colors that you like together, or maybe you can even make them match your living room or something if you want to. And so I chose these colors, and you're going to cut them into 1-inch strips about 20 inches long or so. Right. Then after you get them all cut, then you're going to take them and pull each one, just pull them tight, and then they just stretch out and they roll when you do that. It's really pretty fun. Just keep stretching them.
So they start, here's one that actually is flat, and now when I pull it.
So you're going to pull about, it stretches way out.
Okay.
Pull about 20 of them, and then we're going to put 20 together. So you just pick as many colors as you want, if you want it to be mostly blue or mostly yellow, or however you want to do it. Okay, so do we have about 20 of them ready there, I think?
I think so.
All right, so we'll just count them out. 18, 19, and 20. Okay. So you're going to just line up the strips at the top, so they're about the same. It doesn't have to be exact. And just tie a big knot to start with.
That seems easy enough.
Yep, that's pretty easy. Just pull it right through, just like that. So you've got your nice tight knot. Then you're going to divide it in half.
All right.
So
10 strips a piece.
10 strips a piece.
Does that have to be exact, or can we just?
Oh, no, it doesn't have to be exact.
All right.
And in this part, you can either have like have somebody else hold it,
okay,
or actually maybe why don't you hold it,
all right,
and then and you're going to take these two strips and cut them or twirl them different directions. So just keep twirling them, twirling them. A lot of people do this with hair, like little girls' hair.
If you didn't have somebody, you could actually duct tape this down to the counter, probably.
You could. I actually like stepped on it when I made it by myself. You could step on it too. And so you just keep twirling.
We do what we need to do, right?
Yep.
That's all part about being a renegade.
That's right. And you just keep twirling it until you get it pretty twisted.
Okay.
And then you're going to take it and twirl these two together, or twist these two together like this.
Easy enough.
Yep. And once you get finished twisting,
and you're pulling it up tight, it actually, when it settles down, it gets a little bit looser, so it's important to start tight.
Yeah, you just kind of start tight there, and then, and because it's twirled first, then it will keep its twirl. And then you just, when you get to the end, you just make another knot in that end, and then you're finished. And you've got a great toy for your dog.
Yes.
And just pull that tight, and you've got your little toy for your dog.
And voila, dog toy. NoSew Dog Toy. I love it. Okay, let's move on to the next project.
All right, we have another NoSew project today, something really quick. And I'm going to make this vest for you.
That vest is NoSew?
This is NoSew, and then you can have it afterwards.
Okay.
So, and if you see these waterfall vests at the store, you know, they're really fun because they just hang really nicely.
Yes.
And but all they are is just a rectangle of fabric. And then you just cut a couple holes in it.
I think I've maybe overpaid for a few rectangles
in my
life.
Did.
Yes.
And the beauty of this, make it NoSew too, is if you get a nice thick knit, that will.
This is really substantial.
And then you don't even have to hem it. You don't have to do any hemming.
Literally
it won't ravel.
NoSew.
NoSew, exactly. So you start with a 44 wide and a 20. I did 29 inches tall, but you know, depending on how tall you are, you might want to change that.
Or longer for like a more dramatic effect.
Yeah, yeah. And then you just fold it in half this way.
Okay.
And just match the edges.
Okay.
And then for the armhole, you're going to make an oval that is about 8 inches tall and about 6.5 inches wide.
And how did you figure that out?
Well, you know, I actually used one as a pattern.
Oh, I do that all the time at home too. It's a great idea to use, if you like something that you have, use it. And
use it as a pattern, yeah. So I just figured out how big the armhole was and made my own pattern. And then you can take I just drew it on a piece of paper and cut it out. I didn't get it exact. And then you're going to take your piece of paper and lay it at an angle a little bit, pointing up towards the top of your fold.
And we're at the seam here, yeah, so I've not seen the fold.
Yeah, right at the top of the fold. And then you're going to be kind of put about 4 inches in from the fold and about 2 inches down from the top.
Okay.
So you can kind of guess at that. And then you just pin on your pattern.
I like the way you work. You can just kind of guess at that. It's my way, that's how I roll.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be exact, you can be exact on there. And just pin it in place, and then just take your scissors and cut right around your pattern.
Easy as cutting a circle, or an oval, I should say.
Cut the oval.
So I think it's really interesting that you can cut knits. I think everybody thinks that you have to hem things or it will unravel, and a lot of fabrics don't do that. So
yeah, so you've got that cut out.
Okay.
And then just open it up.
Is it time for
It's time for you to put it on.
All right.
And now we can be twins.
We're gonna be twinsies.
Yeah. And it's cute because it has like a little racer back in the back.
That is really cute, and I love even how this kind of flaps open and you can see the other side of the fabric. This was really fun, Beth.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
When we come back, it's all about science and fun.
All right, who wants to sing the science song? Let's do it. Let's do a more rock and roll version this time, okay?
A rock and roll version.
Physics. Biology. Chemistry. Yeah. Physics. Biology. Chemistry. Yeah. Woo, nice. All right.
All right, we are here today with Liz Heineke, one of our very favorite scientists, and actually probably one of the coolest, if not the coolest scientists I know. She plays the banjo, the guitar. I mean, what don't you do?
Clean my house.
Oh, perfect. Who needs to do that? So Liz has written this Kitchen Science Lab for Kids book, and we are going to do some experiments from there today. And why don't you talk to the kids a little bit about what's going to happen?
Yeah, so I see you guys eyeing this bottle of Diet Coke, and I know that you know what you want to put in there. What do you want to put in there?
Mentos.
Why do you want to put Mentos mints in there? What happens when you put Mentos? So it blows up. What makes it explode? What's the science behind the coolness of the experiment?
Well, the Mentos like disintegrate and has like this chemical in it that makes it explode.
That's right.
But
So,
it doesn't taste very good.
so what builds up pressure in the bottle? What kind of gas builds up in the bottle to shoot the liquid out? Can you remember?
Carbon dioxide.
You are so smart. Yes, which is in the atmosphere too, right? All right, and we're going to do another experiment. We are going to use the bike pump there to build up. What happens if you put a cork in a bottle and you put a needle through it and you pump air into it? What happens inside the bottle?
It goes down, or like
I never done that.
know what to do.
Well, we're going to see what happens. The air pressure is going to build up. We're going to put some water in the bottle too and see what happens. It's going to be pretty awesome. So,
Are we going to do that right here?
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think those crystal chandeliers can handle the explosions that we are going to.
I don't think so.
Make, yeah.
Let's take it outside.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
I know what's I'm a wet. There.
A little bit more. Is that good?
I'm a little wet too, man. Yeah.
Well, you sprayed me.
We're outside and we are ready to see kind of some explosive experiments. Is this what's going to happen here? We've got bike pumps and some kids who are ready for action. So talk to me about what we're going to do.
Yeah, so this is a great propulsion experiment. And we are going to make, can I see this? We are going to make water bottle rockets. And these actually work the same way as real rockets. When real rockets go off, rocket fuel ignites and a lot of gases are produced that go down, shooting the rocket up into space. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing, but instead of rocket fuel, what's in this bottle, you guys?
Water.
We have a plastic water bottle filled about 1/3 of the way with water. The water is what propels the rocket up into the air. So what we're going to do, we have taken corks and cut them in half and put them on ball inflation needles on a bike pump. Okay. You see that, guys? Pretty easy, huh? Then we're going to put these corks tightly into our bottles, which are filled with water. Now, what do you think happens when we pump air into this bottle?
It will explode.
Air pressure builds up, right? And eventually that's going to shoot the cork out of the bottle and the water down. And when the water goes down, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Where's the rocket going to go?
Up.
Do you guys want to try it?
Yeah.
All right. Our launch pads are just cardboard boxes.
Just shoe boxes.
So we're going to get all set up. I'm going to get these in here tightly. You guys go stand behind your pumps, but don't start to pump until I tell you to. Now, it's really important that the bottle is pointed away from you and that you wear eye protection when you do this experiment. But you want a nice tight fit with the cork because that will help a good seal form and the pressure builds up better. We are going to set these up. Don't start pumping till I tell you.
I want to blow up the
We're going to try
canteen.
to shoot them across the street. Let's see how far we can shoot them. I'm going to set them up kind of in the corner of the boxes, and Happy and I are going to stand up and get out of the way. All right, you guys, start pumping. Pump fast. Oh! Keep going. You got it. Oh!
Awesome! We blew it up!
Yeah.
The glass
awesome,
is
guys.
dead?
Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah!
All right. All right. Let's do it again.
Oh, put your feet on it.
Put your feet on it,
Go
kid.
really fast, really hard. Put your feet on there.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Keep going.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
All right. Let's see it, Chandler.
Whoa! Nice. Wow. So that is a cool rocket science experiment you can do in your backyard.
That is so fun.
Inexpensive, easy, but hours of fun.
Lots and lots of fun. Even big kids would love this.
Oh yeah, my older kids like this too.
Now I understand you have another propulsion. I called it an explosive experiment before, but it's propulsion is what we're learning about.
This was a propulsion experiment.
Okay.
The next experiment is going to also be gas pressure, but this is going to be carbon dioxide gas, and we're going to make a fountain.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
We've got one more experiment here, and I know Chandler see this happen before, but I'm not sure he knows exactly why it happens. So can you talk to us about this, Liz?
Yeah, do you guys know what a chemical reaction is?
Yes.
What is
I
it?
know how it works. It's something that mixed together then explodes, fizzes, or changes colors.
Right, you make something new, right? So the new thing we're going to make, what kind of gas do we make when we do this experiment? Carbon dioxide. And these mints are special. These are Mentos mints and Diet Coke. And the chemical reaction that happens when you combine them makes lots of carbon dioxide gas all at once, because these mints have lots of tiny little holes on them and lots of nucleation sites. Can you guys say nucleation sites?
Nucleation sites.
So lots of bubbles form really fast, and then we are going to see what happens. So we have rolled up tubes of paper, filled them with Mentos mints, right? We're going to hold these over our bottles, and when I tell you to, we're going to drop the mints in to start the chemical reaction.
I actually think I'm going to step out for this one.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Oh,
All right,
sure
on the count of 3, we're going to move our fingers and let all the mints drop in. 1, 2, 3. Was that awesome?
Mine all fell out.
Well, it was the pressure. It shot them out.
Yeah, it literally went.
Was that cool?
Still fizzing.
Is chemistry fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, chemistry is awesome.
And sticky.
And tasty. I have a few minutes left.
Liz, thank you so much. It's always fun and educational, and all of your ideas are so easy and accessible for everybody to do in their own homes.
Well, it was a great adventure. Thanks for having me on.
See you again.
Okay.
That's our show for today. We'll catch you next week.